This is my journal for December, and I'd like to show you how I set it up. It's a little different from what I'm used to journaling in. It's a small staple-bound traveler's notebook with only a few pages. Each page is inspired by a prompt about goals, goal progress, and reflection. This notebook is supposed to replace my daily creative journal that I've been having a hard time keeping up with since becoming pregnant and now a mom working a full-time job. If you hear snoring in the background, it is my baby. I found that spending a few minutes here and there over the course of a week to put this thing together scratched my creative journaling itch. And when I'm ready to finish filling out the journal in December, it will be less of a time commitment because the page will already be pre-decorated. If you're looking for a short creative journal project that's about goal setting and reflection, stick around for page layout inspiration and prompts that will get your imagination flowing. I'll show you each section spread by spread, and we'll share insights on how you can put your own spin on your journal with the supplies that you have in your stash. While on the topic of supplies, 80 to 90% of each page will be decorated with stickers from the Celestial sticker book, which you can find linked in the description if you're interested in buying one. I chose to use this sticker book for the majority of the decorations for 3 reasons. First, making this project as time efficient as possible is super important to me. I wanted to limit how much time I spent looking around for materials and trying to decide what I should or should not use. Second, working with a limited selection of materials engages your problem-solving skills, providing good fuel for your creativity. And thirdly, creating a cohesive, unified look on each page makes the project feel intentional and complete. So I'm calling the first page of this journal the title page. I'm using this page to set the tone for the rest of the book through aesthetics and content. This is a good page to write a word, simple phrase, or sentence that summarizes your goals for this month. My goals for December are all about spending time with my family and making the holidays as special as I can with the people that I love. So, make magic moments was the phrase that stood out to me. The lettering isn't perfect, but I don't care. I treat every chance to hand letter in my journal like practice. It will only get better the more I do it. So if you are a person that avoids writing in your journals because you don't have perfect handwriting, just know that it will get better the more you practice, so just go for it. The layout for the intentions page is one that you've probably seen a lot. Decorations around the borders and writing in the center. This layout feels classic and can be found in early books like in illumination texts. I think that's why flowers and ornate swirly decorations look great in this layout. But decorated borders can also evoke an academic vibe, like Oxford notes where key themes or words are written in the margins. Regardless of the aesthetic you're going for, it's a familiar layout that's guaranteed to make for an interesting page with the materials you use. The intentions page has 2 places for writing. The center is for free writing about what you want to accomplish. The second place is where you can create a short bulleted list for your goals. I find it helpful to do the journaling first and then pull out the goals to write in the other section later. I gave up on the idea of being able to write in a straight line years ago, so this line stencil tool has been my best friend for projects where I'll be writing a lot and want straight lines. If I remember to, I go through and erase the lines after I'm done writing, and I really enjoy how neat it makes the page look. The stencil is linked in the description box along with the sticker book if you want to order those for yourself. Now onward to the goals page. These pages are meant to track your progress towards your goals. Tracking will look different depending on your goals. For instance, if my goal for this month was to get back into weightlifting, my trackers may look more like charts and graphs. Or if my goal was to bake more, I might track that through collecting recipes or doing star ratings and how the desserts turned out. My goal for this month is about spending time with family, so I plan to track that with pictures. The layout for both spreads take into account that I will eventually place pictures there. I used a mini Polaroid as a placeholder to mark where the photos will eventually go and decorate it around that. I chose to do a mirror layout for this first spread. We have little images on the opposite corners and a place to put photos in the other corners. I think I'll write photo captions in the sections where the lines are vertical, but I'm not completely sure. But I'm sure that my future self will appreciate the option if that's what I choose to do. Otherwise, it's just another place for more decorating, or I can keep it blank for breathing room. Regardless of what I choose, the page will feel balanced because of the mirroring layout. There's something in each corner anchoring the whole design. The design for the second goals progress spread plays more with asymmetry, unlike the former spreads. The left page is a little heavier with images, while the right will have a little less. It's nice to mix it up and stray away from symmetrical layouts. It makes the eye bounce around the page. If you're interested in learning more about visual balance, I recommend you check out my video covering the topic. I'll have it linked in the description. I'm mentioning that video because I think having a solid understanding of visual balance makes making creative decisions about your page layouts a million times easier. And you'll feel more confident that your page will turn out how you imagine it. So check that video out if you're curious. The last thing I'll say about this page is that I'm not going to use my line stencil until I come back to the page to write in it. I think it will be good to make the decision on how to go about captioning and labeling in the moment after I've placed all the photos. So if you're worried that creating a pre-decorated journal will stifle your creativity when you come back to it, know that there are little things that you can do to give yourself the most flexibility, and only you can decide what that looks like. This is the reflections page. I'm going for a super duper simple design for this page. I collaged in the center and then marked out lines for writing. This layout is one of my favorites to do in a spread because it really connects the two pages together in a holistic way. I haven't decided yet, but I may also connect the page by writing across both pages instead of just writing on the left and then the right. Writing across both pages will really solidify the design, but we'll see how I feel when I return. And now we're on the last page. This page is for collecting ephemera, be it receipts, tickets, more photos, flowers, or leaves, anything that I come across that I can paperclip or pin to the page. So in order to make it easy to clip, I created two cards, one long one and the other one short. Then I glued two folded pieces of paper to the back of the cards to give them some separation from the page, making sliding the paper clips in and out easy. And boom, I have a pre-decorated creative journal for me to track my goals for December. All you need to make this book are 4 sheets of paper and 2 staples and whatever creative journaling supplies you have in your stash to bring the vision to life. If you found this video inspiring, consider checking out my other videos, and I'm self-publishing a book soon under 1134 Press with more creative journaling inspiration featuring works of other artists in the community and creative prompts. It's called The Archivist and will be available soon for purchase. Alrighty, I will see you in the next video. Ciao.